Yo, we back in Tacoma, Washington, visiting back at Griot's again, Griot's Garage. As you guys remember in my last video, not last video, but one of my previous videos, I was out here with Brian from RWB Seattle, also Phantasy Kolors, who painted my car. And that was when I was picking up my car before the build. But we're actually here because it's Brian's RWB build. It's his turn now. He's doing a 997 turbo, 1300 horsepower. And beside that, it's going to be two other RWBs being done, which is his other 993 and his friend Tim, Poison Studios, with his 993 Targa. And believe it or not, my car is actually out here. Yes, I shipped it from the East Coast over to the West Coast with the awesome guys at STEK that does PPF and the fashion films and everything. I'm pretty sure you guys know about STEK, but they're actually going to do a live PPF of my car while Nakai is doing Brian's car and the other two cars here at the build. But I'm going to take you guys around real quick, just give you a quick tour of Griot's. We're in the merch area, but let's walk to the back so you guys can see some of the other cars that got staged, which is cool because I don't know if you guys seen some 997 turbos yet, but we have two of them here, two 997 turbos already done. And there's gonna be some more cars coming in tomorrow. And then it's a lot of stuff happening, guys. And then Sunday, there's gonna be Stance Wars, the actual car show happening outside of the venue while we're here, getting the car built. So it's gonna be a hectic 4 days. Today's day one, of course. But dude, it's overwhelming. It's crazy. Dude, it's gonna be an awesome 4 days. I want to show you guys the two turbos real quick, and these are pretty unique, and these are pretty cool at the same time. So this is Mark's 997.2 Turbo S. There's a unique story behind these two cars. So Mark's car, and this is Will's car, which is a 997.1 turbo, and that's a manual, and this is PDK. Both of them were actually shipped out to Japan, to Nakai's HQ. And they were built over in Japan, and then they were shipped back. These were kind of like Nakai's test mules, because Nakai never did a 997 turbo when he came out with the 997 RWB kit. So it's pretty cool, and these cars came out sick. The Datsu has little subtle changes, but these cars are phenomenal. I love the black and the yellow accents. I love deviated yellow, and I love wheels with the deviated red. But I'm not gonna lie, this makes me want to build one. And fun fact, 997 turbos was actually the reason why I fell in love with the Porsche brand in the first place. When they first came out, that was the very first car that I actually really took a liking to Porsche, when I saw the 997 turbo, and I always wanted one. And another fun fact, when I was gonna get on the list to finally do the RWB, I was actually torn between doing a 997 turbo or doing the 993. And the only reason why I went with the 993 is because the 997 kits weren't out yet. They were just a rumor, and I didn't know what they were gonna look like. Fast forward now, seeing these, there's no wrong answer. I still love my 993, but dang, I want one of these. Other car here this is Simon's car. This is a local car also. This was actually done at LeMay Museum, which is where Brian had his first 993 done at back in 2019. So this car was recently done a few months ago. It hasn't left LeMay until now, just for this, and it's gonna go back to LeMay. But this is beautiful. I love what he did with the Rotiform wheels and the matching interior, the diamond stitch. It's nuts, it's nuts. But let's walk to the back. I'm gonna show you guys where all the setups are and the vendors and everything. So back here is the main area of where Griot's does a lot of their work. This is the wash bay. So STEK has their booth here set up. You can see some of their things that they sell, the fashion films, the colored films, the films that look like carbon, all that stuff. Behind me, you see that they're prepping the car. Nakai actually drove the car here from the airport, and it's pouring rain. And it was sick. I wish I saw that, but I was actually on a flight here, and I kind of missed it. I got here about an hour after it happened. But so they cleaned the car up just to finish the PPF on it. They're gonna start, the whole car is getting wrapped. They're doing the dyno matte PPF, and I say matte because, as you guys know, my paint is matte, and they have to do the matte to keep the same look and finish on the car. If you do the regular gloss PPF, it's going to make the car look gloss. So excited to see how that happens. They're doing it live right now, like as I mentioned, over the days of the build happening. I'm going to take you guys to the back. You're going to see some of the other vendor booths. Okay. So as you guys, it's a quick tour. You see some of the vendor booths already set up. R1 Concepts, the guys who supplied our brakes. As you can see, R1 Concepts on all the cars, including mine, which also is, like I mentioned before, that's going to be our where the cars are going to be at for SEMA. So Central Hall, if you guys are watching who's going to be at SEMA, come to Central Hall. We're going to be at the R1 Concepts booth. I think booth number 20,059, so 20059. I think that's the number. I could be wrong, but you can check the layout on the map and see what it is. Evo 61 with the wheels again. He did a custom set for Brian's cars. Also for my car, those look insane. The all black wheels that's going on the turbo. And then, like I said, more guys are coming. But I want to talk about some of the cars in here. So this is Tim's 993 Targa. As you can see, Brian has a thing for matte finish, which is what he did for me. He's very skilled at it. A lot of shops don't do matte finishes on these cars, but Brian is sick. Everybody who's seen these colors are like losing their minds. So this is Tim's car. I can't wait to see this done. Moving next is going to be Brian's car, his main car that's getting done. Another 997 turbo. This was actually 1,300 horsepower. So 997.1 manual, low mileage. Love this car. The car was originally black before. This car is actually on air, and I'm going to show you guys the rear of Brian's like custom setup, which is nuts. So Brian did like the kind of like the NOS tanks and racer, but those are actually air tanks for his air suspension, and he mounted them to the rear cage and the rear back. It's nuts. But Brian's signature color, Tiffany blue, with the matte clear. Oh man, this is gonna be nuts. Can't wait to see this done. This is almost, but this is day one, so by tomorrow we'll be done. By the end of the day tomorrow. This car. So this was already an RWB that was completed. Brian purchased this, and it was actually used to be white. So Brian figured that he wanted to do something and kind of give it like a rebirth, and did a full color change, full custom, of course, fancy colors style. I don't even know what this color is called, but it looks insane. This is sick, but I don't even know what it is. It's like a candy ruby star. It's like ruby star, but like darker with a candy color. It's nuts. If you guys look at it with the carbon barrel wheels, it's sick. So excited to see all these cars done. So I'm gonna keep checking in with you guys, and dude, I'm happy to be here. It's nothing else I can say. I'm happy to be here, but we'll check back in a little bit. We'll see some more progress on the cars. So this is the awesome guys awesome team from STEK and also from Prestige Auto Salon out here. And you guys in Seattle, based in Seattle, right? So I'm gonna go across, see all the names. These are the guys that's working on the car. This is amazing. Introduce yourselves one by one. You know, what do you guys do and everything? And
yeah, I'm Nick. I'm the digital marketing manager at STEK, so responsible for all our social media and digital marketing efforts. And we're going to be getting some good content in your car this weekend.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
I'm Michael, marketing director for STEK, and really was just kind of a facilitator in helping this come together and getting these masters behind the product to actually work on your car.
My name is Vicente. I'm the lead installer at Prestige Auto Salon, so I do a lot of the PPF installs over there along with this guy.
I'm Jack, owner of Prestige Auto Salon, and just happy to be able to work on this car and protect it for you.
By the way, I'm 6 feet. I'm 6 feet. Standing next to Jack, it doesn't look like I'm 6 feet. I'm just letting you guys know I'm 6 feet. But so you guys wanted me to do what? Because I know you guys wanted me to do something on. You said spray the hood.
So we're gonna have you. We're gonna peel, it's kind of like the cap sheet off or the backing paper off the film. So we got our keg over there with the soapy water. So we're gonna have you spray the film as we're pulling the sheet off,
Awesome.
and then help lay it on the hood.
All right, let's do it, man. All right, cue the B-roll. So I wanted to give you guys some like coverage on the STEK because I mentioned that before, but I got Michael, one of the main guys at STEK. This dude is awesome, man. He's been helping me out. But we wanted to go around the car. I wanted to introduce Michael and also talk more about STEK because I want you guys to understand how amazing this product is. But Michael, introduce yourself, tell people at home who you are, and we can talk about the car and like what we did to the car.
Yeah, happy to. So yeah, like Joe said, my name is Michael. Right now I'm the marketing director for STEK, so kind of helping all these collaborations, partnerships, and that's how Joe and I got connected. But I have a long history with STEK. I was one of their first sales guys back in the day and built that team, and excited to go back to marketing, which is kind of where the heart's at.
Awesome. So it's funny because you guys know with this build, I've been very calculated with the build, and I've never really done like a full PPF, except like I had cars out of the factory already, PPF'd or whatever, but I didn't know what to do. So I did my research, and I came to the conclusion that STEK was like, I think the best film to go with. And I reached out to Michael, and that's how me and you started talking. And then we got to this point. But then I was also nervous about doing the PPF. And you guys know, I've been driving the car. Like I drive this car, and I was, getting rock chips and stuff. And I was like, I got to protect this at some point because this paint job is too expensive to not protect it. But my biggest fear was that I thought the film might change the way the paint looked. Like it might make it darker, or it might kind of lose the sheen. And that was one of my biggest concerns. And I spoke to Michael about that. And luckily, you were awesome about it. He was like, I'm very confident it's not going to do anything. And look where we at now. So Give me, tell people at home what you guys did.
Down and dirty. So
Yeah.
essentially this has a full body in our Dyno Matte and some very tasteful like Dyno Damascus accents. So it's one of our pattern fashion films.
Yeah.
But the Dyno Matte, so our film's made a little bit differently than a lot of the other brands, and we have this liquid applied top coat which allows it to be really clear. So whether it's our clear gloss film or the matte, you're not actually really taken away from the paint, and the flake that's in the paint still comes through even over the matte film. And then just so happens our matte is a little bit more satin. It has a sheen, and it was just about an exact match. I would say, to the naked eye, you can't tell the difference.
You can't even tell.
It ended up really, not changing the aesthetic of the car, but now you're saying, you're driving it hard, it needs protected because you're hurting it. I also think it needs protected because it looks so good and you want to keep it looking back
absolutely.
So these kind of products, they last for like 10 years. It's a long lifespan. You're protecting your investment and making that investment to do it. But I think it's kind of a no-brainer when you have something this one-off and this custom to get the most out of it. And to your point, if you want to go drive it with peace of mind, now you can enjoy driving it without having to worry about what you're behind or where you're driving.
And what makes STEK like different from the other? Because clearly there is a difference, because that's why I went with you guys, because just of the feedback that I get from other people who use your product, and even shops who have tried different products, they all vouch for STEK and we're like, STEK is the way to go. What makes your product different from like other companies that people know of, at home?
Absolutely. Well, the team at STEK headquarters over in Korea is where all the film's made. They're very quality focused, but they're also very innovative. So they're trying new things to push the boundaries of existing film technology just to make it better. So it goes back again to that liquid top coat where it's just one less layer, makes it easier for the installer to work with, but it also just makes it a little bit of a higher quality aesthetic. So that's a big difference. And then it is hydrophobic, so it's gonna be really easy to wash. Water's gonna bead right off, you can wipe it down, and then if you get some small scratches, it's gonna self-heal. So it's really just pushing those boundaries of the technology.
Yeah. And this is like self-healing and everything too, right?
It is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you have a dirty wash mitt or something, you forgot to bring out the second bucket, you're only using one bucket to wash it.
Yeah.
A lot of those scratches go away. Either just parked in the sun or if you pour hot water over it. It's really cool to see those disappear.
And you guys can't see it at home, but like the texture, like you can't even tell. Like when they started wrapping the car, I wasn't there, and then I came in and I was like, "Oh, when you guys are gonna start wrapping the car?" And they were like, "Oh, the door." Like they started naming stuff, and I was like, "What?" And I was blown away. The biggest thing that I give credit to you, is the Damascus, right? So I want you to talk about the fashion film and how unique that is, because like I know some people are familiar with like the carbon like films and stuff like that, but the Damascus is really cool, and also like how we came to this point with the Damascus, and also like I guess I could ask some questions about that after, but give some more info about it.
So STEK's was the first company to introduce pattern PPFs. So it has all the same benefits. It's going to stop rock chips, but give it a pretty wildly different aesthetic.
Yeah.
And it's solely opaque, so you could have a purple car or a bright pink car. If you wrap it in one of these fashion films, you're getting that finish of the fashion film. So the Damascus is actually going over like a forged steel as an old manufacturing process that they used to make blades. And it definitely was tasteful. We actually held up the carbon next to the Damascus, next to the gloss and matte carbons, and we were like, let's take the leap of faith. The Damascus is going to pull it off. So it's a perfect complement to the purple. It has some valleys of gloss, valleys of matte, so it's going to really pop once we pull it out in the sunlight here in a little bit too.
I give you credit because you told me to do the wing to match the accent. No, it makes it look. I thought it was going to be a little bit too much. I love the film, but I was afraid that it would be too much on the car. But I think the little accents on the canard, and especially with the wing, it kind of just gives it like a little bit like icing on the cake, like an elegant touch, which is obvious to say how kind of loud this car is. But no, it came out sick. But the biggest question I was getting from most people when they were walking up, and first of all, people didn't even know it was like a film, and I told them it was a film. Yeah. But they're like, is it also a protection film? Because people just assume that it's just like a regular vinyl. So So these are all urethane-based plastics versus a PVC that vinyl is typically made of. Vinyls are also like 2 to 4 mils thick, and this is 8 to 10 mils thick, depending on which film you go with. So overall, just the durability is 3 times that of a vinyl from a puncture standpoint, but also longevity. It has a top coat that inhibits a lot of that UV damage and degradation that you'll get in vinyls. So it's going to stay looking good for a lot longer. And then when you have a car, that's at this level of build, you don't want to diminish that value with something, inexpensive or cheap. So this is definitely like, if you're looking for quality, it is an investment, but it's the best quality films that you can put on your car. 100%. And it looks amazing. I went with the right choice. You got you with the team in STEK, also the team at Prestige Auto Salon. I mean, you guys knocked it out the park. Like, you can't even tell that this car is wrapped in PPF. And I mean, people already think that this paint is a wrap. But let alone, they're not even. And they did when I say that they did a seamless job, it's like it's hard to even tell that this car is wrapped. No, Michael, thank you, man. I think your product is amazing, as I mentioned. I'm so happy to be working with you guys, and I can't appreciate enough, being a part of this. I'm happy, and I could drive with like some ease now, knowing that not even just my front end, but literally the whole car is PPF. So I'm so happy about that. But Michael, once again, I can't appreciate it. I can't explain how much. I can't express how much I really appreciate it, and especially you guys at STEK. Thank you so much, man.
It's our pleasure. We're glad to have you rocking it and sporting it. So, stay in touch. Let us know how it goes for you. But I think a car of this caliber, again, deserves, this caliber.
Oh, yeah. So. Oh, yeah. No, I got it. Now I got to put STEK on my dailies, man, because, my truck's needed too. So, me and Michael got to talk.
After
seeing this,
you get a chance to actually rip around.
And it's funny because we're going to talk, because I wanted to talk about one of the color films, because I might change the color on my truck. So that'd be good.
Yeah,
all right,
let me know.
Let's talk. But Michael, once again, thank you, man.
Pleasure. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, make 12 then. I can do that. Hold on, I can do it.
You want me?
Yeah, I can do it.
On track is good.
Track is like safely.
Yeah.
Street, no good.
It's no good.
Car is so fast in the car.
Yeah, man. Long journey, dude. You finally here. We've been talking about this every single day, dude, and finally, yo, the car's complete. This looks sick, dude. Oh man. And you know I hate your guts, and I'm.
I knew it was coming.
Nah, man. This is like my brother, man. I love this dude, and man, it's crazy seeing the car come together. But like, how do you feel, man? After all of this, like, how do you finally feel?
I've done like 8 or 9 cars with him, and this one feel way different.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, because the first true 997 turbo in the U.S. build, and then I did it my way.
Right.
Did a little throwback to my 993 that we did Tiffany Blue, but sold in 3 days.
Everybody
so now I was able
loved
to do it.
Everybody loved that car, man.
So I think everything came good. Probably doing 3 cars
And like what, 2
for
months?
one event. 7 weeks. I won't do it again.
This is nuts, man.
So finishing up the pink one, the Tiffany one, and then Tim's.
Yeah.
It was definitely difficult, but it's a journey. So we're here. We're here.
And
after 4 years.
and this was like, he was calling me every night stressing, man, and I felt bad for him because he was literally pushing out 3 cars, full color changes on all 3 cars. And that's not even, remember, you got to also do the kits. So it's 3 kits and everything too.
The body work.
Yeah, literally in under 2 months he had to turn around. But each of the cars came out sick. All of them unique paints, including mine. Mine is here, you know that. So, but like.
Plus, I didn't let you know what the color was going to be for the pink one.
You didn't let me know. First of all, you didn't even let me see anything. Brian is one of those guys that you got to see it when you get here. And but no, the Tiffany, the 997, and even the fact that it's 1,300 horsepower, it's nuts. This thing sounds insane. It looks insane.
I can turn it on. Too.
I'm happy for you. Of course, the people at home want to hear it.
I'll give you.
Of course, the people at home want to hear it. But Brian, come on, man. I'm happy for you once again. Of course, you got to tell people at home you handle where they find you out, where to hit you at if they want to get, whether it's paintwork or an RWB.
Phantasy Kolors. Phantasy Kolors on Instagram, and then RWB Seattle on Instagram, and then same thing for TikTok and Snapchat.
Yeah.
So I try to get to all the messages on those social medias, but
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the shop.
Yeah.
So,
and you gotta thank Griot, man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
none of this would be possible without Griot, without all of our sponsors that came together, Nakai, even the late nights when I wanted to vent. My man right here.
I know.
Man, I was yelling at him plenty of nights. I wanted to quit, give up, and I have to say, encouragement from your close friends is what you need. And the easiest thing I can say is, if anyone's going to do any of this, do it your way.
Yeah.
Don't listen to anyone. Do it your way. Make sure you have fun. And when Nakai comes in, embrace it. And that's the best advice I can give you when you're doing one of these RWBs. Now let's hear the car.
And then, yeah, that's true. Go ahead. I ain't got nothing else to say. We're just gonna hear the car. Let's do it. Let's start it up.